Hey, happiness challengers! Welcome to week 4. You're doing an amazing job still being here with us. Going to complete your first month this week. I'm so excited for you. This week, our assignment is going to be about evaluating your associations. The hardest part about this is being honest with yourself. So I'm going to ask that when you go through everything, you are really, really honest with yourself. No one else has to see this. We're not going to call these people or anything. Don't worry about it. Be as honest as you can because it is going to make a big difference in some of the work we're going to do going forward. So, sorry, my notes are over here. Basically, you guys have, I'm sure everyone has heard you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And we kind of write that off because, we are individuals at some level and we can make our own decisions and be strong and such. But it's really true simply because the types of behaviors that the people around you will engage in may be something that you would engage in that's not going to align with your priorities. You're already kind of in your way yourself on that one. Or could be something that you like something you don't want to do, but it's the whole basis of your friendship, things like that. Some of the examples that are coming to mind for this are let's say you want to be a really good spouse. Like it's really important to you that you be loving and understanding and respectful. But when you go out with certain girlfriends, they talk poorly about their spouses, so you jump in because just kind of one of those things girls do, kind of just like talk shit like about our boyfriends or whatever with our girlfriends. Whereas, what if you went out with 2 women and they specifically went out of their way not to discuss negative things and they only wanted to share with you positive things? In those 2 lives, those people might have the same amount of negative and positive things, just simply the way they choose to behave. What's going to happen when you go home from that dinner? In the first scenario, you're not going to go home head over heels in love. You're probably going to be maybe a little looking for a fight or a little critical of your spouse. Where if you had come home from that dinner with a second group of women, you might be, a little bit more in love and a little bit more admiring, a little bit more respectful, which is going to change the rest of the week or until you get another girls' day, etc. Another really big one is with food and drinking and things of that nature. It is not an accident that groups of friends are like all overweight. That's not an accident that everyone's got an extra 10, 15, 30 pounds on them if they all hang out together. It's because maybe the activities you choose to engage in are going out to eat. I personally love to go out to eat. I think it's one of the most fun activities in the world because I like the connection that you get when you're there and like you're face to face and a couple of drinks. Like I really enjoy it. But if that was the only thing I would do with my friends, it would be really hard to have a healthy lifestyle long term, right? Or maybe like I'm definitely I partied a lot in college, and so it's really natural for me to want to drink way more than is appropriate. And if I have friends who also want to drink way more than is appropriate, I'm way more likely to do that because no one's going to be like, "You think that's a good idea?" Like, or they're stopping after 1 glass of wine, and I'm like on 7, and I feel like a crazy person, right? Like, it really depends how they're behaving. So it's the little subtle things in your life, simply the way that they talk, the way they look at the world, things like that, that really make up your relationship with that person, and it affects how you go into your other activities. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 5 people who are over 18, so not your kids, who you spend the most time with. Now, if you're anything like me, a lot of the time you spend with people is on the internet. That's okay. If you have some online only relationships, if you feel like you are interacting with them enough to justify their name being on the list, that's totally fine with me. So, 5 people over 18 who you spend the most time with and put them in order of the time spent. So, usually spouses first, family second, etc. And there are 12 questions, 13 questions that you're going to ask yourself. And I'll actually put them in the description of the video so you don't have to write them down right now. But I'm going to ask if you are related to them. This matters because this is going to affect how you move forward, depending on the answer. How long have you guys been friends? What kind of activities do you do together? Where do you hang out? What do you usually discuss when you're together? How is your indulgence when you're with them? Um, what is their reaction when you go to them with a problem? Do they add fuel to the fire? Do they play, oh, my day was worse than yours? You're having a shitty time. Let me tell you about my terrible time. Or are they looking for helping you find a solution and discussing something, an end result that's positive. Do they display integrity? I mean, like, are they honest? Do they say what they're going? Do they do what they say they're going to do? Can you count on them? Do they not speak poorly about any of your other friends when you're around? Real integrity. Do they bring complementary talents and insights to the table? Complementary meaning they go well with what you're trying to accomplish in a positive way. They add value to your life in some way. And it doesn't have to be that serious. I'm not asking for these people to like give you things, but are they intelligent? Do they recommend good books? Are they funny? Are they a great dinner conversation? Are they always there for you? Are they very adventurous? They help you be more adventurous. Like, are they adding value? Do they bring something to the table there? Do they positively impact the other members of your life? And this one's important because there are other people in your life, probably on this list, that are also as important. And if one person is actually like negatively affecting all these other relationships, whether it be your children, your family, your friends, etc., maybe you have a spouse and for whatever reason he comes between you and your family, he comes between you and your friends, he comes between you and your coworkers, whatever it is, like that person's not positively impacting the other members of your life. And then how do they make you feel when you are with them? How do you feel? Do you feel awesome? Do you feel smart? Do you feel positive? Do you feel capable? Or do you feel this big? Like, do you feel negative? Like, how do you feel? And the last question you're going to ask yourself after you've answered all of these questions, you have to answer the questions. This is a show your work situation. I'm not actually going to ask to see it, but this is not a thing where you jump to the end. That's not okay. You have to honestly answer the questions. Based on the questions I've answered above, does this friendship align or conflict with my number one priority, which was assignment number 1, first week, remember? So does it align or conflict? And that's all I want to know right now. Don't call them and break up with them or anything crazy. We're simply going to respond 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll be 1 align, 2 does not align or conflict. So align, conflict, align, conflict, whatever it is. That's all we need to know right now. We are going to do some work with this going forward, but for now it's just time to honestly take a look at this and get a really good handle on where you are investing your time with the people in your life. So have fun. Please take it seriously and make sure that you get through all 5. So give yourself some time. Okay? Keep up the great work, you guys.